Hello, welcome back to the Abundantly Rooted Collective. I'm Hannah. I'm a life coach, military spouse, hopeful adoptive mama, and I'm also a Christian. And so today we're going to talk about my favorite devotionals that I have read, that I have loved, that I want to share with you. I'll leave the links down in the description box. I would love to hear in the comments if you have read these devotionals, if you love them, if you're not so sure about them, any devotionals that you personally have loved. I want to hear your recommendations too, so leave those down in the comments. So without further ado, I love doing these short little videos of my recommendations because I don't draw them out super long, so let's keep this brief. Because I know you're waiting, you're wondering, what are they? Number one, Jesus Calling. Jesus Calling has been a favorite of mine for many years. I have been reading this devotional since 2011. I had a hard copy of it, and because I used it so much, the binding broke. So I ended up getting the leather one, and so that's the one that I'll link below. It's good. It's better, I feel like, because it doesn't break as easily. This devotional is by Sarah Young, and it's focusing on enjoying peace in God's presence. And the cool thing about Jesus Calling is it kind of comes from the perspective of Jesus to you. So, as if he's talking right to you. So I really do like that. And she also has the verses listed right here that the devotional is based off of. So if you read the devotional and then you really want to dig into the passages that these scriptures come from, then you can do that too. The addresses to the verses are right there. And it's a yearly devotional, so it's every single day. There's a verse for every single month, and then there's devotionals every single day with verses underneath. I just really love this devotional. I love that it's in the perspective of Jesus speaking to you. I actually got my mom one year, I think either for Mother's Day or for her birthday, the Jesus Calling Bible. So in the Bible, there's Jesus Calling devotionals. It's a devotional Bible. And I don't know. I just love this thing. I had it for so many years and I continue to use it. There is some controversy, some theological controversy about this book, and about what the author has said about this book and things like that. I don't know. I'm truly a proponent of if this speaks to you, then utilize it. So Jesus Calling is number one. Number two, 100 Days to Brave. This is by Annie F. Downs. So Annie is on Instagram. You should follow her because she's hilarious and I really love her. The cool thing about this devotional is all about taking leaps and walking in faith and being brave. And it says devotions for unlocking your most courageous self. And every day, it's the days are numbered, so it's not exactly like February 1st, like Jesus Calling is. It's day 1, day 2, day 3, and there's different phases. So the phases are brave enough to start, brave enough to be you, brave enough to believe God, brave enough to dream, brave enough to work hard, brave enough to love others, face change, persevere, pursue healing, serve, be where you are, brave enough. And so each phase kind of goes into scriptures that kind of align with that. And then at the end of each devotional, she has a question, or an action step. So for example, to be brave, what are some places that where you're already leading? Thank God for them and ask him for even more opportunities. I'll give another example. Be brave. Just look in the mirror today and say to yourself, friend, you are never alone. I do this a lot. Such a good reminder. Be brave. Tell someone your dream. Whether you have a huge dream or something smaller, find someone you trust and tell that person. So there's action steps to this devotional, and I really, really love that. It's also really pretty. I really like aesthetics when it comes to devotionals too, so I'm really into that. This is a great devotional. I will link this down below as well. The next devotional. This is a yearly devotional as well. It's a morning and evening devotional actually, and it's by Max Lucado. So Max Lucado is an author in the Christian realm, and literally every single one of his books changes my life, and so does this devotional. So I really love that it's morning and evening. And it even says, so it says February 10th morning, February 10th evening. Um, and so, and then at the end of each devotional, um, it has a question. So like, is it not always, it is not always comfortable to have God walk the acreage of our hearts, but it is necessary, and why? So it kind of like goes deeper into what the devotional set up here. I really loved this. I actually sent this to Gabe on one of his deployments, and he really enjoyed this one. And so it's called Grace for the Moment by Max Lucado. Let me see if there's anything else that I would want to share. But yeah, it's really great. I love how there's like follow-up. I really love this whole aesthetic too. It looks like an old weathered book. And it's leather bound as well. So I'll leave the link to that in the description box as well. If you're looking for something that you read in the morning and the evening, this is a really good devotional, kind of starting your day and ending your day in the Word and in thought processes of a devotional. This one is a little special for those of you who are also adoptive mamas. Tandem. It's Tandem, a devotional for adopting with God in the lead. This has been a great devotional for me to read. It's by Allison England. Allison England. Yeah, it looked wrong for me for some reason. So, Allison England. So, she went through an adoption process, but she kind of like talks about the journey. And a lot of these devotionals are great because I am in the waiting process right now of my adoption journey. So reading these is really special. So it has kind of like a storytelling and then of like their adoption story. And then at the end, they give a scripture and then they ask you to think about some certain things. So, can you recall a time in your life that you felt as if you were not in control? If so, how did you deal with that situation? What can you learn from that situation moving forward into this one? And so anyway, the scripture kind of aligns with like the question and the action point. And so it's challenging, yet it's great to have hope in the waiting of your adoption. And Tandem, I could not recommend this enough. I love this devotional. So I'll link that in the description box as well. These two devotionals I'm really pumped about. So I was trying to do 5 devotionals, but I ended up doing 6 because these 2 devotionals are by the same person. So this is by Ruth Chow Simmons, and it's called Grace Laced. I love this devotional. I mean, I was excited to read it every single day. I've even thought about going back through it now that I have kind of dabbled in other devotionals. She is an artist. She is a poet. She is an artist. And she has a way with words. And oh my gosh, you guys, can we just take a minute for like the aesthetic of this devotional? It's so pretty. And Grace Lace it's cool because it's like, oh, bear fruit. Ugh, so cute. I'm gonna reopen this devotional. And so it works in seasons because we have seasons in our life. It kind of like plays upon that. Oh, she signed it too. And so there's winter, which is resting in God's character, spring, which is rehearsing the truth, summer, which is responding in faith, and fall, which is remembering God's provisions. And so that's kind of the themes. It's like it works in themes, and she is beautiful in telling her story. There's pictures of her and her kiddos in here. And she has amazing like calligraphy skills. Like, come on, are you kidding me? Like, how cute is that? So at the end of each devotional, she has some sort of action point, and questions and responses. So here's one where it says, respond. How are your actions an overflow of God's love in your life? So I will just choose to journal so I don't have to write in this devotional so I can reuse it. I love reusing devotionals and rereading them several times. This one was just so great. I went through it with a friend and we both really loved it. Oh, what does this say? P-O. Huh. Anyway, it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. I love devotionals that are like hardbound that I can like go through several times. So this is called Grace Laced: Discovering Timeless Truths Through Seasons of the Heart. I love this one so much. You guys need to get this one. I will leave the link below to this one. So I have not completely gone through this devotional, but I've really enjoyed it. This is another one of Rachel's, or not Rachel. Why do I call her Rachel? Her name is Ruth. Ruth Chow Simmons, Beholding and Becoming: The Art of Everyday Worship. So this is her other one. And I mean, come on, again, like how beautiful is this? And this is kind of like, this could be like a morning and evening devotional. Let me see. It's kind of like a morning and evening one, I would say, because she has one devotion that's beholding and becoming. Beholding, becoming. So what are we beholding and what are we becoming? So I would say you could read the beholding in the morning and becoming at night. That's something that I was doing. I haven't read through this entire devotional, but she's just an incredible storyteller. And I just love her devotionals. They're incredible. Anytime she releases another one, I like get on top of it and I'm like, let's go. So those are my recommended devotionals for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please give me a like if you like this video. Share it with a friend who's been looking for a really good devotional. Share in the comments. Have you read these devotionals? Do you love them? Do you love a different devotional? I would love to hear your recommendations. And also subscribe so you get notified when the next video is posted. I can't even wait to hear your thoughts on these. And if you end up getting the devotional and you read them, let me know how you love them. Okay? All right, guys. Until next time, I am out.